Hi, I'm Josh Rogers here with Dennis Mevis, and we're on a show called Why I Love Nashville. Hey, Dennis, how's it going today?
It's going good. How are you?
It's great, man. It's great to have you, and it's great to be at your office, actually, Benchmark in Mount Juliet. So tell us about yourself. How long you been in Tennessee and all kinds of things like that?
I was born and raised in northern Indiana, a little town called Plymouth, Indiana, just south of South Bend, and so I lived there for 19 years, and
nice.
Used to come to Tennessee all the time, and I knew it when I was about 8. I was moving to Nashville, and because my mom was from Nashville, so I joined the Air Force out of school, and been all over the world, and then I moved after I got out of the Air Force. I moved to Nashville.
That's right. You were in San Antonio, where I'm from.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was there twice.
Yeah?
Basic, and then went back for Air Base Defense School.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you remember the heat.
Oh, yeah.
And good Mexican food, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know the heat better than the Mexican food. I've been both times I was there in dead of summer.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was hot.
Big time. Yes, big time.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so, I know a little bit about you now.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you had a different career and things like that, and you had some interesting things that I would love people to know about you.
Okay, yeah. My first career in Nashville, I was a commercial artist.
Yeah.
I was 25 years of age when my wife discovered that I had the ability.
Oh, so here we go.
It's a little freaky story. She bought drawing paper and pencils for no reason other than the fact she felt compelled to, and I started messing around with it, and discovered I had some talent. So what I did is I went to art school in Franklin, Tennessee at Harris School of Advertising Art.
Very cool.
4 years, took an illustrator course, and then it led to a career in commercial art.
Fantastic. So you were drawing advertisements and things like that, pictures and illustrations?
I was doing layout and design.
Oh,
I did design magazines, logos, brochures, you name it. But mainly, oddly enough, for realtors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. So you're even doing real estate magazines and real estate illustrations, for your career.
I did.
That's amazing.
I used to do the Home Builders Showcase of New Homes magazine for them for about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, and those are pretty.
And,
those are pretty magazines.
Well, the first one that I did, the president was David McGowan at the time. And when they launched this showcase, he actually got up and held up the magazine. He says, Dennis took us to a place we've never been before. He says, this is the prettiest magazine we've ever had.
Oh, fantastic.
So there you go.
So you have style.
Yes.
Yeah. And I love architecture and looking at real estate. Real estate it's those magazines get me. I'm like, holy cow, man. I love the cool views, the good angles. Hopefully this camera's getting my good angle.
Sure. Mine too.
Right. So so you were illustrating for all these years, and then you worked for the Tennessean, right?
Well,
the
last 13 years of my career.
Wow.
And but prior to that, I had my own art studio for years, self-employed.
And so you kind of fell into the love of real estate through the art aspects.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah,
awesome.
I can name you like D Hart Realtors, which is no longer.
Yeah,
it goes way back, and
that's fantastic.
So I used to, and then when I got hired at the Tennessean, that was the main reason I was hired.
Okay.
Because of real estate.
Okay, that makes sense. Wow.
Really got into it deep at that point, and but I always knew I wanted to be a realtor eventually in my life. So
yeah. So things change, right? The art world changed, the advertising world changes, the internet came around, you know.
Economy went.
Yeah, the economy dove.
Took a dive.
And so the Tennessean and newspapers and magazines there, you
pretty
know.
much out. They're gone. Just about.
It's really tough to make money at that business now with all the social media. Yeah,
I would say probably within the next 10 years there probably won't be a printed newspaper what to speak of.
Yeah, because I guess it's expensive.
Yeah,
that makes sense. So you transition from illustrator,
commercial artist,
commercial artist to now you're a Benchmark, and doing real estate, a realtor.
Yep. Started back in 2010.
Okay.
And of course got laid off. You know, he laid off about 25 of us.
Wow.
Everyone failed swoop. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to become a realtor. I'm going to create my own job.
Yeah.
And so I bit the bullet and went to school and for 2 weeks and went and passed the test, got my license.
Yeah.
Went to work for Caldwell Banker.
Okay.
Down in Cool Springs. Caldwell Banker Barnes.
Okay.
Because I knew David at the time.
Okay, so you're making a drive,
Yeah, and David's an awesome guy. So I thought, you know, I'm going to go to work for David. And glad I did because Caldwell Banker teaches you how to become a realtor.
It's a great training ground.
Yes.
Man, that's
and then I ended up over here in Mount Juliet at the Caldwell Banker office.
Okay, yeah.
And that's really where my career took off. And,
okay.
But then Benchmark had a friend say, you need to come to Benchmark. And after I saw their plan, I thought, yeah, that's a no-brainer. I'm coming to Benchmark.
Awesome.
And it's probably one of the best decisions I ever made.
Yeah, here, Benchmark really helps. You know, you don't think it's much, but it is a lot, right?
Well, I think Benchmark, you know, at one time, I think we're the fifth fastest growing company in Middle Tennessee or in the state of Tennessee. But it's a great company. And, you know, not to say that Caldwell Banker wasn't, because I love my time there. I love them over there. But I love Benchmark.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't see myself ever. Well, if I leave Benchmark, it's because I'm going to be out of the business. I'm going to retire eventually. But you know, that's a while.
Sure,
it's a while. So.
Well, you know, there's so many choices out there for a consumer nowadays, right? Looking for real estate. What would be some advice you would give to a young couple or someone that's looking to sell or buy their first home?
Well, especially you know, most young people are first-time home buyers.
Yeah.
And I would suggest having it, you know, talk to a realtor.
Yeah.
Don't go off and try to buy a house from a for sale by owner and try to wing it because there's too many pitfalls.
Sure.
But what I do with my first-time home buyers, I take them by the hand. I kind of mother them, you know.
Sure.
And I teach them.
Yeah.
And I make sure that the deal goes well for them because, you know, many times a first-time home buyer ends up in a bad deal.
Yeah.
Where it's, you know, not necessarily that they're buying a bad house. It just turns into a bad deal because there's too many things that went wrong here and they get frustrated.
Right.
And I try to minimize that for them so when they do get to the title, you know, at the title company signing the papers, they're happy.
Yeah.
And they're glad they did it. So I just, you know, walk them through. Always find them a good mortgage lender that's going to understand that it's a first-time home buyer. You're going to have to, you know,
yeah, they have to learn the process too.
Right.
Yeah.
And
so
make it so that when they, you know, want to buy again, it's not, oh my God, I got to buy a house and I remember the last time.
Yeah. Right.
You don't want that.
So when you're saying teaching, I imagine it's kind of educating them on the whole process
it's the process.
Yeah.
It's the process of the whole deal. You know, step by step, what's going to happen.
Yep.
You know, plus educating them about houses too.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I try to let them know, you know, right or wrong, but I think it's right. A lot of times I've had people say, well, you shouldn't tell them this. If I walk into a house and it's, you know, so-so, and I take my clients back outside and I go, no, there's a reason I just told them no. Because I feel like I have a fiduciary responsibility to my clients to take care of them and not to try to go, well, it's okay to buy that house.
Yeah.
Knowing I wouldn't buy it.
Sure.
So I try to make sure that when they buy a house, they're going to be happy with it.
That's great. So it's not just shoving them in and saying, you need to compromise on this and that and this and that. So if you do compromise, educate them on the compromise.
And I never give them advice usually other than that one. Usually, of course, a lot of times, first-time home buyers, I love this.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, when you just ask, you open that door. Now I can tell you. And so I try to help them. I make sure that they're, I don't want their parents going, well, that real estate agent, was a bad agent. I don't want that reputation,
Sure.
And so, which, so far I don't.
So good. You have some good testimonials. For instance, to back that up, why you want an experienced realtor. Because I've lived it firsthand. My mother and stepfather bought a house down in Texas, and they bought it from a listing agency, and they did not have representation.
Right.
So they're a year into the property. The backyard starts to flood. The hot tub is flooded. It gets it. So it's the way the water is coming in to the back of the property. It starts to flood the patio and the living room.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good. Well,
so they have no recourse. They didn't get representation, and they didn't. Maybe somebody would have thought about that, and said, "Hey, look, we may have a water issue because of the way the lot's designed."
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I tell you, that's the other reason why you want a realtor too, because a realtor has access to some particular documents, such as the tax records, which Tennessee's tax records is you can scroll all the way down to the bottom, and then you can find out if it's in a flood zone.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So knowing, and a lot of times people say, I don't care, it's like, well, I'll show it to you then.
Yeah.
But normally I try to avoid showing, especially first-time home buyers. But I let people know if it's in the flood zone. Obviously, it's a known, it's a fact that you got to tell them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you don't want to get so far down the road and figure out you need flood insurance. At the last minute.
Or you bought a house in the flood zone.
Yeah.
Which
is not cool.
I try not to show them houses, to tell you the truth, because I don't want my clients taking on that responsibility. That's tough.
Heck yeah, it's tough and it's a risk. It's a definite risk. Yeah, it's a definite risk. Not only, even though insurance would pay for some of it, but it's still a risk. You're going to lose. It's not going to be. You could be displaced.
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah,
and quite a while actually. So, man, nobody wants that house that's been flooded over and over and over. So I'd say,
I know people that have lived through the 2010 flood had to repair their house. And so that's something you don't want to do. And so for first-time home buyers, I totally agree with you. For any home buyer, you want representation. It's like having a lawyer. You want someone that's on your side, in your corner.
Well, this is true, and I'll tell you, what I find most amazing is with young first-time home buyers. Of course, they don't know. Sometimes they think they have to pay the realtor.
Sure.
And it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
You're getting my services for free,
Yeah.
I'm representing you for free. Oddly enough, the seller's paying me to help you.
Yeah, it's usually on the seller's side.
Yeah. So it helps them understand it's like, I'm here walking you through this, protecting you through the process, ensuring you're getting the best deal, your best representation from me, the mortgage company, and the title company, and with the other agent.
Yeah, you're walking through that and being the liaison.
Yes.
And helping them when they're at work, busy, miles deep in paperwork or whatever they're doing for their daily job.
Right.
You're behind the scenes making sure everything keeps moving.
I'm taking care of,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
Well, so how do they find you? So how do people get in touch with you?
Well, you can find me on my Facebook. It's Dennis Mevis.
Okay.
And I have a business page.
Awesome.
And just search my business page for that. It's under my name as Dennis Mevis with Benchmark Realty.
Okay.
Or you can look me up on, you just go to Benchmark website and you just go and search for my name on the agent side.
Yeah, fantastic.
And of course, I'm out here at Mount Juliet, Tennessee, at the Benchmark office off of Industrial Drive, 75 Industrial Drive.
Okay.
And this is my telephone number. Okay. My cell, 615-739-4525.
Yeah, fantastic. And we'll have that below,
right.
and have your links below on the video. And
right.
So, well, the show is Why I Love Nashville. So can you tell us why you love Nashville?
Well, sure. I moved here because I loved it.
Yeah, that's right.
I was a young child, and I fell in love with Nashville just because it was a bigger city, for one.
Okay.
I love the people here.
Okay.
They're, I always said about Nashville, it was a large city, but it was a small town.
Yeah.
And it still has that, oddly enough, even though we're growing, beat the band. But we still have that, it's that southern thing, I guess.
Yeah.
It's called that hospitality. And then I moved here for the food.
Yeah. The food. Awesome.
I love southern food. I love
okay.
southern cooking. And,
nice.
And of course, I grew up on it with my mother, being
right.
from the South, from here in Nashville. So I enjoyed it, and I just, but I just love Nashville. I love the weather.
Yeah.
And I'm not big on winters, even though I feel like we still get enough winter here.
Yeah, it's nothing like where you're from. Yeah,
but
snow drifts and things like that. Yeah.
Well, at least they're short.
Yeah, that's right.
It's usually about 2.5 months, and we're out of winter, so that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So they know how to find you.
Mm-hmm.
I know firsthand you're good at what you do, and so I'm so happy to interview you. And it's been a pleasure.
Well, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.